Hey everyone, how you doing today? I thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and got a lot of very cool and interesting ships today. The first two are going to be in vanilla, and that's what you see right here, and the next four are going to be in Reforged Eden. So, starting with the first ship here, we have the Centurion drone command and control ship by Spanj, and very interesting looking ship here. I definitely like this. It's a new type of ship, obviously a drone command and control, and it is a vanilla creation, and it probably has some funky stuff going on that I'm not entirely sure how the logistics for that work, but it literally has like spawners. I got to assume that these are for drones themselves, and there's probably a big drone base somewhere in the ship. But let's take a good look at the body here. Really interesting looking ship here. I love the, it's got some semi-asymmetrical design elements here, especially around the front of the ship and probably some other areas as well. But take a look at this very interesting block work on the front section here. This this big old mechanism on the side here, this is pretty cool. It's like a really big turret, or it kind of looks that way, but it actually has a real turret on it, and then it's backed up with a lot of antennas. And maybe those are a lot of placeholders for upgrades. Same thing kind of going on right in this general area here. It looks really, really cool. I love the block work and how that is structured and set up there. But yeah, a lot of antennas on the front of it, or maybe they're just meant to be that way. And obviously this is, again, a different type of ship doing drones. So that's it's kind of a new mechanic. Again, I got to learn more about that and see what's going on with that. But this is a very, very cool looking ship. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice that from the front. This whole upper section here, this kind of looks like a command and control area. uh, who would have guessed? But it's got like two different cockpit areas here, and it's literally attached to the bottom part of the ship by these big angled thruster housings going off the back of the ship, which is really cool. Looks like it's going to have a hangar in there, kind of secured by blast doors. And I didn't put this all the way on the ground, just so it would be off the ground a little bit, so I could take a good look at the bottom easier. I like the, you can see the new blocks in use over here. The new rounded blocks, that's very cool to see. And yeah, it looks like we've got quite a few of these. There's spawners here. Hold on, I want to investigate here. Let me just take a look at this spawner and see how this works. So it's a drone bay spawner. I guess it's not going to tell me anything there. I was hoping to get into some kind of menu here. Oh, I got into... Interesting. Okay, well, I still don't know. Sorry about that. I was wondering if I was going to see some settings on this, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong, because I could have swore I should have been able to access something in here and see what's going on with that, but maybe not. Maybe I don't understand the mechanic there. So they're not actual like NPC spawners or the bad guy spawners, so it's not a POI either. It's just something different. Very interesting. But yeah, this is a very cool looking ship here. Must have took a little while to build this and come up with this idea here. Definitely, I definitely like what was done with the front end of it too. Just the way it's different on both sides here up to a certain point. Then I think it kind of goes back to pretty much symmetrical from the that part back on the rest of the ship. Really cool top-down profile of the ship as well. All right. Anyway, let's go aboard here. And sorry, I can't really explain the whole drone mechanic to you right now. I'll try to educate myself on that and figure out what's going on here with it. I am kind of curious if it's got a big drone bay or if everything is different than I think it is. So here, I'm going to adjust the lighting a little bit on the interior here. Let's not try to go too dark though. Love to get some shadows and things going on here. And you know what I also did? I lowered my video settings down again a little bit. So let's turn these back on. That one, and probably this one here, and probably that one there. I typically lower that down when I'm working on my own stuff, just to not have my my video card struggle too hard. So very nice looking hangar. As soon as you walk in here, this is cool. It looks like we've got a asymmetrically placed components on the interior as well. So on this side here, we have a production alley, which I definitely like. It's the same kind of thing I like to do myself. Uh, yeah, really cool. It's yeah, looking at the vanilla constructors, they're a little bit different than the other ones. Looks like we got a way that goes out back there, but yeah, a whole bunch of storage bays here. We'll look at those at the end, but they're looks like they're going to be 320s. We'll verify that. And we got this big oxygen tank display over here, which is really cool. I like how that's done. Nice use of texture lights across the top of that. And a big generator up front on display behind a armored glass window. And going down the other side of the hangar, it looks like we do have more storage bays over here, but some different equipment rather than constructors. Looks like we have armor locker, repair, O2, some miscellaneous cargo boxes, and I think that's it. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a controller down in there too. That's really interesting. It's like a almost looks like a trash bin or something. Like you just can you just throw stuff out of your inventory at the top of this box and would it just go in the box? That would be really cool mechanic. Anyway, moving on here. Let's go to the back part of the ship. Looks like we got two different sections to go check out here. And this is going to go to a lot of different places. Obviously, we got our warp drive on display there, also behind the armored glass. Cool looking display over here. It was noted in the description that the LCDs were by Salusticor. So yeah, Salusticor really does nice work with LCDs. So that is very cool. And all right, so let's get this room. Looks like we got our Pentaxa tank kind of right behind where the warp drive is. Looks like we got access to the warp drive as well, in case you, depending on what game mode you're in, maybe you need to upgrade that warp drive or whatnot. And we got a thruster access room over here. So you can get to a lot of the thrusters that you can see from the outside. Looks like we got rear Wi-Fi in this part of the ship as well. Yeah, nice. God, should I keep on going? I'll go up for now, and then we'll get to the other side and see if it's going the same thing's going on there. Looks like here we just kind of wrapped around to a balcony that goes along the hangar. Let's get up into this room. Oh, this is like a more thruster access over here. Okay, so just a little offshoot there. Let's go all the way to the top, and this is going to travel right across, probably to the other side of the where the elevator comes up. And it looks like we got a place for the crew over here. Place to sit and chill, grab some food, grow some food. So we got 18 grow plots over there. Yeah, this looks really cool. I like the glass and the windows around here. Again, the color differences too. It's going from white to a really dark tone, like a dark gray, close to black. Nice mix up there. And yeah, the texture lights, got some red lights and all kinds of stuff going on here. So we didn't have a farm on the other side here, did we? No, over here we got our CPU core room, what it looks like. Now again, this is a vanilla build. I'm assuming this is a Core 9 build, but we'll have to look at that here in the stats at the end here. And then this goes right up to, it looks like, oh, look at this bridge area. I really dig this. That is cool. So yeah, offset bridge right and left. But yeah, I love this glass canopy coming down here and how this is sitting kind of above it. And then it's got this LCD kind of right in there. It kind of looks like this might be functional. If we change some maybe P menu options, maybe it'll change some of this stuff. Fuel storage sinking, O2 supply, a little skull crossbow, none. Okay. So it looks like, hold on. That's pretty interesting there. So I don't see P menu options for that. I will turn on this heavy cannon and this maintenance access though. But I'm kind of curious if we were to turn on, say, the shield. Looks like O2 is on, so maybe these aren't adjusted via P menu options. I was kind of curious. It's pretty interesting there. But the fuel storage is sinking. It is very good to know. And over here we've got this all-powerful console over here to, no, actually it will probably a navigator looking at all the map data and stuff like that. That's really cool with the separated bridge like this. And again, the glass canopy I think looks really cool. And you know, I'm being bad too. I'm using God mode again. I said I was going to try to walk around the ships on foot, and so I'm gonna remember to do that right at this moment here, and we're gonna just start walking around a little bit. So this is kind of how you'd see it when you're using the ship if you're on planet in gravity. All right, so let's get back downstairs. I'm gonna go down the other elevator. Oh, wait a minute. We found a way out to more thruster access over here. Oh, there's a ladder. Let's take the ladder. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I trapped myself down here. Yep, more thruster access rooms. I like all the blinky lights and all this stuff going on here. That is really cool. Looks very, looks like it would be pretty believable there on all the stuff going on the inside there. Alright, so let's take this elevator back down. Wait. What is... Okay, we've looked there already, yes. So I'm going to try to go to the front side of the ship here, I believe, down from the hangar floor. We'll pass our nice production area over there. Again, seeing some more of the new blocks used in here. Looks really cool. And so we got actually two doors here. One's kind of offset, one goes this way. Let's start here, I guess. And oh, okay, so this goes down to that kind of top mount landing docking pad over here on the bottom side of the ship, which is really cool. So that's the way you get in there, and this is going to get us to the front above that a little bit. Doesn't look like it allows you too far forward in the ship. And I don't see that gigantic drone bay thing I seen in one other creation. It was actually a like a SV constructor model, and it was gigantic. I don't know exactly the dimensions of it, but it was far bigger than a fusion reactor. So I didn't see that in the ship on at least where it's allowing us to go in the ship here. Let's oh wait, there is more. Oh well, yeah, there is. Look at that. There's some ways up front going this way. Ah. Oh, speaking of, here's that gigantic part I was just talking about. It's the SV model of a constructor, but it is this drone piece. In fact, let me get the HUD on here, and this is called, yeah, just drone bay. So very gigantic piece here that this ship is housing. And then those spawners out there that are all labeled must be the telling the drone bay where to deploy the drones at. I gotta assume on how that mechanic's working, which is pretty cool. Actually, that's a pretty easy way to go about it. Really, if I am getting that right, it would make a lot of sense. Anyway, I think that is all of this ship here on as far as it goes. So we can see that the front of the ship is definitely filled up with a gigantic piece, probably the largest part in the game. Let me get back into God mode here. And I'll try to remember on the next ship right off the gates here. But yeah, very cool ship here. Let's take a look at your specs. So to start with here, we are unlock level 25, size class 10, 101 forward, 51 strafing, 51 lift, 51 reverse, and 51 down. So very balanced thrust on here. 18-hour and 26-minute build time. Is going to use some estrium and zirconium, not as much as I thought it was going to use, but yeah, it's got weapons and guns and thrusters, so these ships need that kind of thing. 10 fuel tanks, 8 oxygen tanks. CPU-wise, it's set up for a Tier 4 vanilla. That would be your 4 advanced CPU cores, and it's only using a little less than half of the total amount of CPU allowed for that. Let's take a look at the storage here. So we've got, looks like we've got 8 container controllers here. I'm thinking they're all 320s, but I'll just check a couple here randomly. So, okay, so we'll just call those 8 320K storage controllers. Looks like we got 2 ammo bays, each at 133.5k. And beyond that, some miscellaneous boxes and things like that. So, yeah, quite a lot of storage on here. Basically, about 9 total. Well, the ammo's a little bit lower, but again, this is it's not like a destroyer kind of ship. It's got obviously some turrets on here, but I think its main offensive ability would really be that the whole deploying of the drones. I have to see how they actually work in combat and things like that. But yeah, again, very, very cool. This is the Centurion drone command and control by Spanj. Very nice. All right, let me close down the HUD again, and let's take a look at the next ship here. This is the Babylon 5 Victory Class ISA Excalibur by Arknar. Hell no. Arknar. I think Arkanar. I'm sorry about the author name there. It is Achenar. I probably butchered it. I apologize for that. But this is, here, let me adjust the lighting here a little bit here again to make it a little brighter. This is a very cool looking ship, I gotta say. Very, very unusual design on it. And I don't have this on the ground. It does land though. I can land it to prove that. There's landing gear on these back pieces, and if you're nice and soft and gentle with it, it will sit on the ground properly, which is really, really cool. So look at this design here. It's got this big, this long, skinny part up here. I'm not too familiar with Babylon 5 ships or anything like that, so this is kind of like the first time I've ever really seen this this ship, and obviously it's meant to be a replica, I do believe here. Oh, look at all the launchers right on the front of the ship here. So that's kind of what's going on there. So we've got looks like quite a few laser cannons and artillery cannons in this mix here, plus a spotlight. There's actually a artillery turret as well. Interesting. 2 artillery turrets. So yeah, a combination of quite a few different kinds of guns in there. That's pretty interesting setup there. I like how this is done in here. A lot of interesting block detail going on the sides here. I like how this part is done with the half. Actually, those are thin blocks. Yeah, they are. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's using that double thin block on the center. That's cool. Neat looking area up here. Looks like we got a couple side access doors and this other piece down over here. Oh, that's a way in the ship. Interesting. I just got to see what's behind the door here. Looks like we've got oh, a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, well, we'll check that out in a little bit here. Let's take a look at these thrusters over here. Oh, I don't even know if they're thrusters. Kind of look like nacelles of some origin here. And they are thrusters. Okay, so it looks like powered by XL thrusters going down the middle of that. That's cool there. Cool looking 22.5 angling of this pretty big like wing structures on here. And then down over here, that's very cool. Neat looking shaping. It makes a big shape, you know. Everything put together makes this a very unique ship, or shape and ship, I guess you could say. Again, I'm not very familiar with Babylon 5, but it kind of looks like it could fit in like Star Wars or Star Trek as well. In the lore there, this could be some kind of different ship. Some parts of it kind of remind me a little bit of Klingon, but not really. So yeah, it's a different take on everything. Very cool looking though. Look at this top wing as well, having the 3 large wings coming out here, and up here it looks like we have another thruster housing. Very yeah, these are really separated from the ship by a long distance. That is a very cool looking shape, I gotta say. This part over here is interesting. You can tell the author was really trying to do shaping that the blocks really didn't want to allow, and it's difficult. I mean, you have really no choice but what to do here, yeah, that is cool. It would be some unusual looking blocks that would fit there to try to make some of these angles, but that looks really cool though. Um, yeah, very nice, very nice. But on this ship here, the overall presence, I think, is what really does it here. It just looks neat. So anyway, let's take a look at what makes this ship tick here. Obviously, we have some weaponry on the front of it. Looks like we got some other smaller guns around, like some sentry guns and whatnot. Some looks like we got some hidden turrets that didn't want to show themselves yet. And let's board over here. I'll try to turn off gravity here, and let's adjust the lighting a little bit as well. So I'm not exactly sure if I came in where I was supposed to here, but nice looking hangar. I like this a lot. This is very nicely textured and done. I like the floor. We got a repair bay back here as well. Cool looking like track lighting going across the top there, and I got a little control room or something right above there. In the hangar, looks like we got O2 in our med bay and a armor locker. And let's hit this hallway here. So we got some different named cabins. So we're on 304. So I got to assume that this would be the third floor. Yeah. Answer that one right away here. That's kind of a cool naming scheme. Actually, I was thinking of something like that with what I'm currently working on as well, because it's going to have a lot of decks. So cabin 304 over here. Very cool. Like the glass windows going to the cabin. Of course, we've got to have our facilities as well. So deck 3 conference, officer cabins, and hangar. Okay, so we came in through the hangar, and here we got some more officer cabins on the other side over here. And we're going to go into the conference room. Oh, straight across here. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's got a big conference room in here. Yeah, board meetings. Figure out what to do in space next here. Very, very cool. I like that. I like how the big board room table was done as well. We also got a food processor around just in case you need a coffee fridge over there. Very nice. So let's, okay, so this is almost like set up. Wow, look how, oh my God, that is a tall elevator. So we're at 3 right now. I'm gonna jet upward, and we're gonna come back down again. Let's go to 2. See what's over here. So it looks like we got offices. So yeah, a lot of office stuff here. So yeah, kind of like a flying corporation here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And this is that overlook over the hangar. Looks like we actually got a legit pilot seat right here, in case you want to back the ship up as well. And elevator's going down to 2. What's this do? Oh, that's a lighting. Yeah, it turns off the on and off the lighting for that area there. Where are we even going here? What is down here? Oh, we're back. Okay, so we just looped around. I gotcha. So another way to get back over here. And lots of office space over there. Oh yeah, it does carry on forward this way as well. Oh yeah, okay. So this is that another way in the ship, kind of coming across the top here. That's really cool to see. Kind of walking out there. We got some big old spotlights going on there too. And you know what? I'm gonna hop in the P menu, and I want to turn on some guns here. Let's use the built-in switch. Yeah, I figured there's a lot of guns around here. Look at that. Very cool. Alright, so nope, this is not the elevator. Like how this is done. That looks really cool too with the LCDs. I went too far, didn't I? Yeah, let's get into the turbo lift. Alright, yeah, we're gonna keep on going up. I have a feeling at some point we're gonna get in the wing, and that's gonna be about it. But these are all like your main decks in this area here. So we got a mess hall, lockers, and transporter heading this way. Here is our mess hall. Very cool. Let's travel through here a minute. And holy, we got more sides. So the mess hall was that way. The bridge, lockers, and transporter are in back yet. Locker room over here. Got some O2 And facilities. And probably this, about the same on the other side there. And, oh, look at this transporter room. Oh, that looks cool. Again, yeah, this just seems, I know it's Babylon 5, but it seems like it's not that different than that of some Star Trek lore in places, at least. I'm just taking a wild guess there, so don't quote me on any of that there. So this is off. I wonder if there's a P menu switch to turn that on. Might be, or maybe not. Or button. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, that our on-off switch for the transporter. I like how that's done though. I like the round room, the cool looking stuff going on the floor there as well. Very neat. Okay, so I'm gonna head back up to the turbo lift. Which, oh wait. Did we go up this way already? No, we did not. Here we are at the bridge. Okay, our main bridge. Pilots, yeah, it looks like we've got 3 different pilot seats here. So very, very cool. We got the main captain seat right there, of course. And, yeah. So, yeah, we'll just fly up here real quick. That's a long ways. I don't think there's going to be anything up here. I speak too soon, don't I? No, it looks like we've got a big fuel section over here. Or O2. Let's go forward across here. Alright, so we're not going to go forward right there. What does this door go to? It's, is that a trap door or something? Okay. Alright, well, let's go. Okay, so now we're up in that top tail section. Wow, there's more stuff off from here, too. Okay. Okay, another area of, like, laid out fuel tanks and things like that. Around B. C. So it looks like more of that. Okay. And D. So up here looks like we got a Wi-Fi and another fuel room again. And I think that's it. Top of the elevator. So let's go down past the first decks that we looked at here. So yeah, we had A, B, C, and D there. Interesting. So 3, I think we've seen that. Okay, so we're getting all the way here. I'll go to the bottom and we'll kind of work our way up to about 3. So look like over here we got a storage controller. I think that's it down there. And again, how far, like the main body of the ship is in the center section, so I didn't expect to see a whole lot of area to add much in these lower areas here, but I could be completely mistaken on that. I think we're getting closer to the main hull of the ship here again. Ah, we got an engineering section over here. I'll check that out. Our main CPU core, looks like some CPU core blocks are going to be a tier 4 vanilla. And then our warp drive is located right over here. Nice looking display for that. Like the vertical position there. Looks like we got access going kind of down below as well. Pentaxi tank right above that. And let's go forward in here. Again, we got our shield room over here. Very cool. Looks like we got a gravity generator right off to the corner over there as well. And offline protection up there too as well. And aeroponics. Ah, I gotta have the farming section in here too. So it looks like we got our grow lights right above there, and quite a few grow plots. I'll try to remember to look at that in the how many grow plots are actually in here. I'd say 54 if I'm taking a wild guess there. I didn't really count them all out though. Alright, and let's get into the main elevator again, which I think is here. Okay, so
Did we already look at 4? No, we did not. So weapons and O2 sensor and labs. So let's head, okay, so we got weapons and O2 and sensor and labs is forward here. So let's check out this area. Laboratory 2. Oh, you got to have some laboratory rooms. Takes you quite a bit to run these corporations. No, I'm kidding. I only say that because of the fancy conference room, to be honest. And and the office space too. Yes, those two elements there. And let's. All right, so that is heading that way. And where are we going now here? Oh, there's stuff everywhere. There's a lot more in the ship than I thought there would be. The body, it's big, but it's it was very kind of small and big at the same time. Small as the fact that it didn't look like it had a big bulky interior section here, and it doesn't really. It's pretty compact, but it is a big ship overall too. And we come up to the weapons room. Oh, that's cool. So this is kind of behind where all those turrets and things were, and it kind of looks like we have a gravity generator up here, and some storage over in this section. Oh, very cool, very cool. Yeah, it's quite. And then there's extra ways in and out of the ship right over here. The starboard and port dock. So what did the sign say here? Ship to aft, main decks, primary areas. So let me get back to the elevator one more time, just make sure I didn't miss anything else in here. We gotta walk back a little ways here. And yeah, 3 I think is where we started. Yep. All right. Let me get back into God mode here a minute. Adjust the lighting a little bit. Yeah, look how cool that looks. That's very cool. Again, I like the big shape method going on here too. That is, it really has a very recognizable ship here, or just very unique from everything else. So spec-wise, we are size class 11, unlock level 25. We're doing 103 forward, 17 strafing, 17 lift, 103 reverse, and 17 down. Enormous amount of fuel tanks. 269 fuel tanks, 42 oxygen tanks in here. Yeah, if you fill this thing up, it'll cost a lot, but you're going to be going for a very, very, very long time. Uses some estrium and zirconium. Not figured that's going to be the case with a lot of bigger weapons on there and artillery cannons and things like that. CPU-wise, Tier 4 vanilla, it's using up to 10 million CPU. It's using 5.7 million CPU out of that, so a lot of available CPU as well. Storage-wise, we've got, looks like we got that's a container in the hangar. We got 2 320K controllers here. It looks like a 320K ammo and a 320K harvest. And then beyond that, a couple fridges. So yeah, anyway, yeah, very, very cool ship. I definitely like the design work on this one. It yeah, very very sci-fi. Again, I'm not unfamiliar with the Babylon ship, but I might have to look up what a Victory class Babylon ship looks like. I'm sure it looks like this, but very nice job. Again, this is the Babylon 5 Victory Class ISA Excalibur by Achenar. Very cool. I'm going to get out of vanilla here, and we're going to go over to Reforged Eden. Let me get to here, and here's where the rest of the ships are. And again, quite a lot to look at this episode here. We've got some pretty interesting creations coming forward here as well. The first one we're going to look at, I can't say I've seen a ship that looks like this in Empyrion at least ever. So kind of excited to see what makes it tick here. Get there in a second. Load. But yeah, it's cool seeing so many different things going on with these creations and the different inspirations and imagination and
engineering of them as well. Try to make all this stuff come together and work as a usable creation in game. All right, so we are going to get some light going here first. And let's start out with this creation over here. This is the Arc, R-E, by Dirty Bob. So this is an author I'm fairly unfamiliar with. And this is pretty interesting because it's very smooth and kind of rounded off throughout what we're seeing on the ship right now. A huge amount of front-facing launchers. Looks like a mix between laser and artillery launchers there, and some lights and things like that too. This is where the ship kind of gets really funky. Is this is like a big armored shell over this other part of the ship here, which I think looks really, really cool how this was done, because this part's all a totally different look and very technical, and it certainly makes the outer layer look like armor, which is really, really neat. But the overall shape of this ship, kind of an L shape turned on its side, that is just, I don't think I've seen anything quite like that in Empyrion before. So this is really neat. Again, I like how this is done too. You can see like there's a lot of detail going on the grayer parts of the ship over here. A lot of texture lights, a lot of busy work, just a lot of stuff to look at, which is very, very cool. Really fits with the theme, and then having the other parts so smooth. That's neat. Yeah, again, like a big armor casing over this peculiar shaped ship, which is it's really cool to see it though. I gotta say that this is neat too. Again, armored shell over this this almost like a big insect shell or something like that. It's I don't know, it's wild. Take a look at this forward thruster housing going on here too. That is with all the antenna stuff like that from the top. Yeah, you don't see any of that really. You just see this this kind of like tube flying through. But yeah, that is really, really cool. I don't believe this ship lands. This is one thing. I didn't see any landing gear on it, and I don't know how it could possibly land unless it was really had some very extended blast doors that were kind of doing that. But wow, yeah, very unique design going on here. Anyway, let me adjust the lighting a little bit, yeah, and take a look at this. Again, I love the detail on the underside, and it's really cool concept on how the author did that with the this armor layer over everything else. So coming into the hangar here, I'll try to get out of God mode again. And yeah, very cool. Pretty good sized hangar in here. A lot of light. Yeah, all these are different lights going on here, so it's well lit. Got some red in here too somewhere. Kind of a reflection. We got a repair bay right in the center area of the hangar. It looks like a couple ladders going off to either side. And towards the front, we got some storage and production going on in this area. Looks like 4 storage controllers, and we at least got 2 advanced constructors over there. And I'll remember to go up those other elevators in a bit here. I'm going to try to get to this. Let's go downward first. And see where this goes. Oh, what the? Wow, this is wild looking. Holy smokes, look at that. That looks... I didn't expect that. This is really unusual. Wow, that's neat though. I like what you did here. This is just a really unusual look. Oh, then again, the entire ship has a really unusual look to it. So I guess it shouldn't surprise anyone that this part is very, very different looking as well. It's kind of like some big industrial Star Wars like fusion reactor thingies or something. I don't know. It looks really cool though. Obviously, we got all our CPU core blocks in this area as well. So this is technically a core room. Let me get into God mode real quick. I want to fly up to this thing and see what was. I was kind of curious if the main core was like in here or something like that. I guess not. It's So here, I'll get back out of God mode, and I'm scared to walk over here, but this looks like a definite way in from the underside there. That's cool. Yeah, what a trip. Did not expect this. All right, so let's okay, this was our main floor. Let's go up. Oh, look. Oh, it's color coded where the floors are. So it looks like we got 2 floors that are right next to each other here. Going forward or backwards. Wow, what in the Holy smokes. Okay, this is trippy. These are I know a particular person that would really freak out about now. I'll have to send them this creation. Uh, these are all clone chambers. Holy smokes. This is like, yeah, this is, well, I'm sure it's probably meant for stasis. Either that or they're sucking up like humanoids from various planets and they're putting them in here to make them so they stay preserved for good taste when they bring them back to their home planet. Delicacy. But I would have to actually say that this is for a crew and they all go to sleep and this goes on long space missions. This is wild. This is really unique looking, I gotta say. And it really does feel kind of realistic in a way as well. I'm walking through there. Looks like we're getting into a oh, we got a fusion reactor up in here. And we've got our shield, warp drive, and a gravity generator, and our main core back over here. Wow, what a trip! Yeah, it's like part of it is part of the hull is that armored like white material, and then it has a lot of steel and things like that on the part that is visible where that isn't covering, and then on the inside it's kind of like a marble palace. It's quite a trip. Definitely a trip. Okay, so this is walking above that other room over here, right up to where the bridge is in the pilot seat here. So, interesting. And let's go up to the next floor here, 5. And over here it looks like we've got a really trippy farm. Well, it's not trippy. It's just it all kind of goes with this marble theme here, and we've got these Reforged Eden grow plots in here, so it's all kind of set up for the farming. Just not using the old school grow plots, using all the newer stuff. Yeah, very neat. And you can see all the grow lights above here. Are they positioned right? They must be. I'm sure this probably works. I didn't know you could have a grow light that far above the farm, but maybe I'm just kind of mistaken on that. I'll have to try that sometime and see if they actually do work at a higher distance. But that is cool. Oh, and this would probably be our grow lights. Yep. Interesting. And let's go right to the top. And okay. Yeah, what a trip. What a trip. All right, well, let's take a look at some numbers here. I'll get the light back on. Very interesting creation here, I got to say. That's, yeah, unique in every sense of the word here. So, it is Reforged Eden. It's obviously using quite a bit more than your Core 9 setup or your 2.1 million CPU. It did have a fusion reactor in here too, which is all a big CPU investment, things like that. So it is a little over CPU right now. I don't think it's going to be enough over CPU to cause you problems with blowing up generators or anything like that. So I don't think it's really going to be too much of an issue with that. But it still could use like an aux core or something added in there. Another one, I'm sure there's some already. Okay, so stat-wise, we're unlocked level 25, size class 10, 130 forward, 45 strafing, 109 lift, 82 reverse, 42 down, 26 fuel tanks, 24 oxygen tanks. Weaponry was pretty good on here. 10 advanced laser cannons, 8 artillery cannons, and then 4 cannon turrets and a single sentry gun. 23-hour and 34-minute build time. is using quite a lot of estrium and zirconium. Again, seeing the fusion reactor and stuff like that in there, those do shoot through a lot of resources pretty quick. Also, we do have 6 quantum cores built into here. Yeah, very cool. Storage-wise, looks like we've got a ammo controller at 320 and 2 storage controllers, one at 344, one at 336. A harvest controller at 320 as well, and beyond that, just some fridges and things like that. Yeah, very, very cool design. Yeah, nice. Again, this is the Arc Reforged Eden by Dirty Bob, and yeah, I think this is the first time. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's the first time I looked at I looked at a creation from this particular author. Very, very cool. Author's really showing. It's neat. Very, very cool design there. So the next one, this is going to be, let's see, this is the Oracore MK1 by Barefoot and Hillbilly. And, yeah, this looks really interesting, too. So, straight up, the front part of this ship here reminds me of a, God, what was that thing? Was it a drone base in Star Wars? It had a big sphere, and then it had 2 things that kind of came out like this. Anakin took it out, basically, by accidentally flying through a hangar and randomly shooting stuff. But the front part of this kind of reminds me a little bit of a miniaturized version of that. Looks like we got a lot of open turret mounts going on here. And then the back part is, wow, this is a trip. This is really, really cool. So the back part is, yeah, it's just kind of opened up like this is another ship over here that has wings. I don't know. That's it. The whole shape is really kind of cool together there. It's kind of like multiple different larger features that all kind of fit together. I definitely like that. This is again quite a trip going on. A lot of unusual designs today, I got to say. Most of these have been different than the norm, I would say. Again, seeing some of those new blocks in use over here with the nice rounded corners over there. And look at what's going on in this section here too. This is pretty wild. Got these support beams kind of going across the top, and it's a real trip too because it's divided up into like different sections, and it's hollow right through the center and things like that. And we got some fairly large, well-positioned places to put some launchers, I would say, and that's kind of what's going on here. So it looks like we can get probably 8 launchers, at least on the top part of the wings on the back part here. Of course, you could always fit more if you really wanted to. A lot of room for that here. And going across the back here, oh, I like this big round piece over here and the piping going into that. And yeah, we got our some thrusters there, a little bit of asymmetrical stuff going on in the back here. Got a radar on one side and some antennas on the other side over there. Some intakes. Yeah, these big this is Xenoblock over in these areas here. That looks really neat. Oh, I like how this is done. Yeah, nice. That looks really smooth. That's cool. That's cool. Give it some kind of glowies on the front, kind of the big smooth glowies. Definitely like that. Let's take a look around the bottom side here. It lands nicely. Definitely like that. I like the rear landing gear kind of stuck out to me, and then you got the front landing gear over in this section. Yeah, that's a big ship. This part's a trip here. So we've literally got, this is like all like part of the hangar entry, which kind of skips the whole back part, and that's elevated over it, and then you would roll whatever under here. And obviously this ship is really designed for a lot of weapon upgrades, something I've definitely been seeing going on here. Yeah, that's cool. I like how it's kind of shielded when you roll in on the back side there. Very unusual stance to this ship. That's cool though. I like this neat method of doing it here. So I don't exactly know where to go in the ship at. I'm going to start over here. Let me adjust the lighting. And I'll get out of God mode again. Get up in the hangar there. And alright. So cool looking hangar. Like the block work going on here. These angled beams look really, really cool in the mix. So as soon as we walk in, we got our repair bay. And looks like we got our warp drive over on one side, some thruster access over on either side over there, our O2 and med bay, armor locker in that section, place for a shield, or a shield part. Hold on, just fly up there a second. Yeah, it's not the size of a. Oh, okay, so this would be a shield part. So it looks like a medium shield part, T2. How it's set there. Okay, that makes sense. So we got one on either side there. And we got some staircases. We got Wi-Fi right on the front there. Armored windows on the sides. Let's walk through here. We got some O2 tanks. Wow, this is pretty wild. So we got some small shield parts over on this side here, and some CPU cores. Bet you there's some more of this on the other side. I would just take a guess at. Let's walk around the back side here. Okay, so let me just jet over here. And yep, figured I would have complete those and more CPU blocks to kind of make the set here. I'm not sure what CPU this is at right now. We'll have to see. So going along the front side here, it looks like we've got production. Or a couple, yeah, we got locations to add some more constructors here too. That's why the open room is left there. So it looks like it's got 2 advanced constructors there. You could definitely get in 4 in that section. And okay, so that just walks back around that way. And we got our armor repair here. That's kind of neat. It's kind of like integrated as like a wall turned this way. Ah, that's a nice way to display it. Never thought of that one. We've got a grow plot over here. Well, 9 grow plots right in there. Looks like that's probably going to be our grow light. Yep. And well, okay, I guess we got 18 grow plots total there. So I'm looking at the one on one side. Well, that's very cool. All right, so. And here we've got a place for a big part, RC. I would say this is for a fusion reactor. Reactor, maybe that's what that is standard for. So that is cool. So location for that. Again, a lot of upgrade potential on this particular ship here. In collaboration with so another author was involved in building this as well by the name of Raxus. Very cool, very cool. So kind of 2 people are working on getting this ship built up and going here. All right, so I'm going to take the elevator here, and oh wait, we got a main core right there. Probably going to get a little lost here. I'm not exactly sure where I'm at. I know we're in the front area of the ship, and the back area of the ship was kind of separated from it. But it did end up over here, though. Okay, so we went up a floor. And yeah, that's probably looks like, okay, we got 2 of those rooms for the fusion reactors. I'm guessing that's what they're for. Have we been up here already? No, we haven't. Okay, so we got our main bridge, it looks like, or a bridge in this section here. So it's got like 3 pilot seats there, a detector, full medical bay over here, or specialized equipment. Let's go over to the other side here and see what's going on here. It's like some consoles, armor locker. Alright, so now the big question is, how do you go from this part of the ship to the back part of the ship? I'm going to get into God mode here a minute. I want to not try to walk forever here, but there's a whole lot of more ship back over here. And I'm going to come in from a different, well, Do you actually go down into this part of the ship? That's a lot of ship there. Am I missing something here? Let me get back in the hangar. Did I miss a way going out the backside here? No. Okay, so that's solid. That's solid up to here. Let's go this way. Is this going into a new area here? No, we're back into the hangar here. Okay. Okay, so I guess this is not interior space over here. Looks like we've got some blocks in there and some occasional parts like gravity generator and stuff like that. Oh, wait a minute. And more upgrade rooms. Hold on, there's got to be access into here. I'm missing a doorway. I know it somewhere here. Let's follow this on through. Yeah, it looks like what is in here is really about upgrading, and maybe that's our entryway right there. I'm thinking so. Yeah, this thing is really set up for big-time shield parts and a lot more guns and a lot more all that firepower potential. And yeah, this is the way you get in, right? Kind of in the center on the back part of the ship, and the front part of the ship is your main ship, and the back part is all about big parts and upgrades and thrusters and all that stuff, and a lot of weapon locations and things like that too. Again, very cool. Now, obviously, probably for the sake of CPU, the authors left off a lot of turrets and stuff, but it's obviously meant to have a lot of shield, a lot of weaponry on this ship. So I would say probably more of a combat role. Just want to see what its material is. Looks like we're carbon. Yeah, carbon. I think. I just check around some thrusters and stuff. Okay, it does look like it's a carbon hull. And honestly, I'd probably say that's to get a ship like this to move around, if it was steel and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of blocks here. It probably wouldn't do so well moving around. And a lot of ships don't, and especially in Reforged Eden. It's rare that you see any ships built for Reforged Eden that would be made of like pure combat steel or anything like that. It used to be pretty common though in the vanilla game. All right, so spec-wise, looks like we're doing 117.4. Well, let's start up here. Unlocked level 25, size class 7, 117 forward, 100 strafing, 128 lift, 76 reverse, and 59 down. Pretty agile ship for sure. Again, largely because of the hull material, that's going to take a lot of weight off from the ship, so those thrusters will be able to move the thing around a whole lot better. As in weaponry, it's basically do-it-yourself weaponry. It only has a detector and a long-range radar on it, but it's got bazillions of spots to add guns of a lot of different types. Still using some Estrium and Zacosium, 17-hour and 2-minute build time, but I mean, not a lot. Obviously, again, it's really meant to upgrade a lot on this ship. CPU-wise, looks like the author tailored this to be right at the 2.1 million or slightly above that. I don't think that 30,000 is not going to affect anything really. So Core 9 build to start with, but yeah, I'm thinking you're going to want to add a lot more. Well, I mean, it is certainly intended to add a lot more weaponry to this ship. Just a lot of places for the guns and launchers and all kinds of and shielding pieces as well. Yeah, very cool design here. Again, this is the Oracore MK1 by Barefoot and Hillbilly. So the next creation here is this little guy over here in the corner. This one is the Batman Batwing by Gajas Beltar. So this is an author I'm unfamiliar with as well. Look at this little guy here. This is an interesting looking SV for sure. Again, like it's almost like I didn't even pick it, but the theme today was some unusual looking ships and a whole bunch of them. I don't think there's anything in here that's necessarily normal looking. I don't even know what normal looking is, but yeah, some pretty wild designs here. This SV is no exception to that, with this kind of open section here, kind of like the wings are up above, and you kind of walk underneath the wings. That's wild. Again, it's Batman type of thing. So it kind of looks like it would fit into the Batman lore as well, with the kind of crazy designs they come up with. Of course, it's black because that's kind of a rule with Batman stuff. Oh, look at this, the little LCD on the side here. Oh, that's cool. We make it possible. The XCOM company. Oh, that's cool. I like this little twin Gatling gun setup over here. Kind of almost looks like there's like a bomb or something right on the front of that, and some kind of ejector that would eject the bomb over something. Again, it's Batman tech. Probably has some zip lines that swing out of this too, so it can latch onto other flying aircraft. No, I'm just kidding about that one. So we got a warp drive in here too. I like how that's displayed kind of in the glass there, and you get a little bit of that lighting effect going on there. Yeah, warp capable SV as well. Yeah, 2 Gatling guns. So it doesn't look like it's going to be terribly high on CPU. Got a storage controller right out on the front over here, and some forward thrust over there, and also on the wingtips. Lift out on the wings, and your down thrust and reverse thrust as well. What unusual looking wings on this. That is pretty cool. I like this design idea here. So let's take a look at some numbers here. So to start with, we are unlock level 20, size class 1, 66 forward, no strafing. Am I missing an option here? Or maybe it's just not a strafer. You know, you don't have to have a ship be a strafer, actually. In fact, you'd save a lot of CPU if you didn't. Of course, you'd have to fly it like driving a car. You couldn't go sideways, but you could go forward and maneuver around that way, and I'm sure this would work that way. It does have... Wait a minute. No. It's lying. There's strafing thrust right there. What is it? That makes no sense. Here. Let's turn on things. Let's just see if it was screwed up there. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's got 32 strafing thrust. I was going to say, you know, technically speaking, you don't have to have strafing thrust on a ship. It depends on, you know, how you're going to use it. If you wanted to get into serious combat and strafe around and stuff, that would be probably a bad idea. But if you're going to use it for other things, and just kind of fly it like you're driving a car, you probably could save some CPU and not have that. But anyway, 66 forward, 32 strafing, 37 lift, 38 reverse, and 35 down. 2 hour and 35 minute build time. A little bit of Astrium and Zacosium in there, probably having to do with the warp drive. Does have 2 heavy Gatling guns and a detector. The main area does have 4730 on shield, so it does have a shield built in as well. So pretty light on CPU for the most part for having shield and warp drive, and it's pretty maneuverable as well. It's kind of weird. I don't know why the even though those strafing thrusters looked like they were on when I spawned it in, I don't know why they're kind of toggled off like that. That's kind of weird. I don't know if the game just glitched or something. But again, very, very cool design here. Oh, wait. We got some storage too, don't we? So we got an ammo controller. Okay, the ammo controller at 2832. All right. Again, this is the Batman Batwing by Gajas Bolter. If I got the name correct, I probably did. Hard to say all that stuff. So the last creation here, this is pretty wild here. This is the LYC Land Showroom by Lycanthrope. And hold on, I just lost my mouse control. There we go. What a nice looking building. Yeah, this looks cool. I gotta say, it's got a lot of glass on it. I love the framework going on in between the glass in here, and the way this is all kind of angled. Very high tech. Kind of looks like a building you would see in reality, and you know, some fancy Vegas like place. Wow, look at that. This is neat. This is really, really neat. Now this is it's a showroom, so it's kind of like a building to show off individual like ships by this by LYC corporation or industry. It does have a landing pad for that as well. I don't think I spawned it quite far enough down into the ground there. It did have some more leeway. But yeah, look at this. This is just wild. I love the use of the texture lights out here too. Going along the yeah, these different angled lines and stuff all the way up here. Really cool looking lettering up here too, all made with blocks at the top there. Wow, look at this. Oh, it's got a swimming pool up on top. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is quite the place, I gotta say. That is neat. Love this. Love how this part kind of goes over the edge there too. Must have been yeah, just probably right around the max structural integrity that you could pull off. Looks like your structural integrity point would be right about here. So yeah, that would go out about 12 or 14 blocks, something like that. That's cool. What a neat design. Definitely like this a lot. Love this landing pad over here too. And oh, that interior is going to look interesting, isn't it? Yeah, neat looking building. Again, a showroom. So let's see how. So it looks like you would landcraft here, and you'd probably actually have to put creations on the inside of this building. Well, anyway, here I'm going to get out of God mode here in a minute. Let me adjust the lighting and take a look here. So obviously, this would be a location to add a display ship right over here. This is certainly giving me some Star Citizen vibes, I gotta say. They have they put ships on display like this. I walked through one of the facilities doing that, and this is giving me some vibes of that for sure. Another location to put a ship on display right over here. I like how this is done. Really cool block work and the way the architecture is done with all the these angled beams and whatnot. They look really spiffy. Another location to add a display ship over here, kind of at a 45-degree angle on that one, and over here. And it looks like these would be actual places to put the LCDs of the description of the ships that are on display. That's cool. And let's walk over. Got a little security going on in here. Product information. Yep, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's cool. Look at this. Look at the architecture. I mean, all those angled lines and everything going on the outside carries through to the inside as well, which is really neat. It's not just like one floor, solid flat, and goes up to the next floor and call it a day. This is spiffy. Oh, look at this. Oh, we got a pool in here and a pyramid construction thing, like in incorporation, not corporation, incorporation showroom. All right, here's our. I want to go take a look at the blah blah blah. What floor is it on? No, I'm just kidding. This is really cool. Love the idea of it too. What a way to put ships on display. I hope this winds up on a server somewhere for everyone to see it with it all loaded up with the ships too. So this must be a way to get some ships into the no? Not sure. That's a really cool looking entryway though. Kind of looks like it's a loading zone. That was the one thing I was kind of wondering about is how do you well maybe it's yeah, you could probably come in through the front side of this and then park the ships at least on this floor. So speaking of other floors, this is a very tall building. This bottom floor looks amazing though, I gotta say. And I'm not necessarily seeing any elevators yet, but I gotta assume that there are some somewhere here. Or maybe not. Well, we got this whole upper balcony there. Or maybe, am I looking for... Aha! Staircase, not an elevator. Look at that. Wow. That's cool. Seeing all this architecture just carrying on from the first floor up through the second floor as well. What a neat looking display here. So we got this got this balcony over here. Looks like some other places to put ships on display up in this area. Look at that. Oh, look at that cool ceiling with the angled shapes around that as well, and the texture lights. Oh wow, yeah, this is really really cool. I love the architecture. I got to say that this does look like a building to do exactly what it's doing, or just something really fancy. Like you know, you're looking at some pretty premier stuff here. Let's take the stairway up to the next floor. So obviously it would look really neat, of course, if it was full of people and had all the ships in place with all the signs and stuff. But this is just the building to house all that stuff. And wow, wild. So yeah, it looks like it's not seeing elevators, but seeing a lot of staircases. So it looks like the author decided to go with staircases for the most part, which make a lot of sense in a big area like that. You wouldn't people could walk all the way up. It looks like to this floor, and then beyond that, it looks like we've got a double elevator set up here, and there's a lot of room to display ships in here. Let's go up to another floor up here. Jeez, this just wow. It's got a lot of room in it. It is a yep. Look at that. Each floor is going to get a little bit smaller because you know the building angles up at the top. But these are big floors yet, and holy smokes! We'll just kind of keep on going up here a little bit. But wild, just wild. This thing has a lot of square footage in it. Jeez. Yeah, floor after floor after floor. Again, they're all going to get a little bit smaller. Each floor we go up. I'll skip a couple here, and we'll just kind of jet up to the top-ish. Wow, this thing is big. This is one heck of an elevator there. I did say I was going to jet up to the top, and I got to look still. Okay, so the floors. But, I mean, every floor, there's stuff going on. Okay, let's get up to this floor. This floor looks like it's might even have more stuff going on. Oh, wow, there's cutouts in the ceiling here, too. Oh, and a big landing pad back down over there. I got to look at the back side of the building over here. I don't think I did do that yet. And, oh, yeah, look at this. So this is another way in to fly in ships to park them for display over in that area. Wow, neat. Neat architecture. Okay. I didn't even go up to the top yet, did I? Oh, look at this really, really cool looking landing pad here. Man, the building's still going up a ways beyond this yet. All right, so here I'm gonna get out of God or get into God mode here a second. I want to fly around a little bit. We already kind of looked at the swimming pool from the top. Thought that looked excellent there, like the texture that was used for the tiling on the inside of that as well. Wow, this thing, yeah, this thing is really quite the skyscraper, isn't it? Yeah. Jeez. I mean, it looked pretty big, but I think it's bigger than it looks yet, too. I mean, this thing, that's a massive, massive, massive building here. And this whole part here, actually, I want to get into some of these floors that look at this glass overlook here, too, on the inside. Oh, yeah. So, just an amazing amount of showroom floor. And obviously, some of these floors have taller ceilings than others. Or a lot of these are just, yeah, the 4-block height ceilings here. Wow. Yeah. This is one heck of a building here. So I think we walked up the stairs up to about here. Anyway, let's look at some numbers here. Obviously, it's not meant, you know, it's not a player base. It's a display facility. So don't really care about the CPU or, you know, obviously it doesn't move or specs or guns or turrets or whatever. So it's I don't think this is really going to be about storage too, but you never know. It is size class 40. It is size class 40, 33-hour and 4-minute build time. It does use a smidgen of estrium and zirconium. A lot of fuel tanks in there. Doesn't do oxygen. It would take a lot of oxygen tanks to really populate a building this big. You'd need a lot. going on in there. But I think it's meant to put on a planet with oxygen. So not a problem there. CPU wise, again, I don't care really on this one. It's pretty low on CPU though. I mean, it is a base. I'm showing this in Reforged Eden. It very well could have been made for vanilla as well. I don't think it matters too much, and I don't think this stat would really matter either too much. Yeah, very, very cool setup here. I just thought I'd look to see if it had any storage, and I didn't think it did. So yeah, it's not about that. It's not a player base. Now, if someone was gonna turn this into a production player base or something like that and park their fancy ships on the inside of it, I would say you've got an amazing amount of room to do that with. You could populate all those floors with bazillions of production machines, and yeah, that's really cool. Awesome work on this. This is a beautiful, beautiful building. Love the architecture on it. Love the just the way it's done. It's some really, really spiffy block work and things like that. A lot of glass used. That's probably why the size class is up in 40 like it is because of the glass. The game charges quite a bit more size class for using glass pieces versus regular blocks and things like that. But I mean, the glass really makes it too. That just looks amazing. One last thing, I don't know if it's going to work, and I don't have this actually spawned in the ground. Nah, I won't do that. I was going to turn on structural integrity. I'm sure the author checked all that. It looked like it would be structurally solid, but not how I got it spawned right now. I would probably collapse part of the building if I turned that on and looked at it. But yeah, wild. That looks amazing. And again, all the creations today, really amazing stuff to see today. I just love it. So many unusual designs. Hopefully that gives everyone some inspiration on some alternative ideas of ships or creations that you can make with the game as well, or just kind of mixing stuff up a lot. But other than that, that is all I've got for today. Monday, I'll probably have a video out showing you updates to the my current Star Trek ship that I've been working on. I did get a lot more work done on that, but this video has been going on so long, I don't really want to show it on this video. So other than that, y'all have yourself a great weekend, and I will talk to you later.